Alright guys, got a different video for you today. This is a Kenwood ts-2000. It's a ham radio. I told y'all before I have a ham radio license. Picked this radio up because I wanted to do a sideband, 2 meter sideband. This radio is HF, 6 meters, 2 meters, 70 centimeters. Picked up the radio and power supply and a bunch of stuff in that box there. We might do a video on some of that stuff, but anyway, so I got this thing. I have a friend coming over who can see better, who's going to help me. We're going to put this vs3. This will, being you know I'm blind, this will let the radio actually verbally tell me what it's doing when I ask it. So we're gonna install this. We'll be back when we get the case off of it, and we'll show you how to put it in and where it goes. Watch. All right, here we go. See the little brown connector right there? That's where your thing plugs in. And if I can find it. Oh yeah, you got it. Whoop, hold her still. There you go. That's what the little board looks like. Plug it in there with the components facing up. See if you can stick her in there. I got old Josh over here helping me out. It's tough, old people with fat fingers. Did it go?
Not yet. I'm gonna get some light.
Oh no.
There you go.
There it is. She should talk to me now. All right, we'll bring it back when we get it all put back together. All right, guys, all back together. So let's power it up and see what we get. Smoke. Whoops.
VSO 146.640000.
So you see, now when you tune the frequency, spin it down here to something else, you're not sure where you're at, you can hit this button.
VSO 145.460000.
And it'll help you find out the, now, we did the firmware update. This is an old radio. The last available firmware update for this radio was 2015. This radio was, I forget, we counted 7 updates behind. So it's got the latest available update in. I was supposed to fix some noise problems and some control issues. So we got all that done. And we had to reset the radio, which wiped out all my memory, which I didn't have a whole lot in here anyway. I just got this radio, learning how to use it, and not being able to see very good. It's a learning curve. So I'm coming here with my phone, and I figured it out, and I programmed a few things in it just to learn how to program it, knowing that it's going to be wiped out anyway. But now we're done with it. We can start setting it up for the way I want to leave it. I'm waiting on some wiring to come in because this power supply has the way it, if I can get to it here, the way it wires up, see, you have to stick the wire in there and tighten the screw. So there's no way to hook multiple equipment up to the one power supply. So there's my little handy talkie over. So I need to get some wire. I got this little bus bars. I'm going to run wire from the power supply to this bus bar, and then I can hook. I have this radio. I have a ICOM 2 meter radio that's going to sit on top of here. I have a 430 Kenwood 430 speaker that'll be beside it. I have a electronic SWR watt meter that'll sit on top, and I have a police scanner that'll sit on top of here. And all 3 of them need to be hooked to the power supply with this radio. So we'll hook everything to here and then go from here to the power supply. This power supply is 25 amp. And you can run multiple pieces of equipment off of one power supply because you're not transmitting on this radio and the other radio at the same time. The 2 meters mainly just going to be for scanning and listening, and then I'll do sideband and listen on HF. My license doesn't allow me to transmit on HF except for 10 meters, and I don't have a great antenna up for that. I play around a little bit, but anyway. So I got to get the wiring comes in. I got to get all that hooked up, get it all set up like I want it, and then I can move it in there by my regular table where my other equipment is, where I sit. So then, like I said, I bought this package deal. I got the radio, power supply, got a desk mic. I got the diplexer that allows you to run two antennas, two radios on one antenna, which this radio has dual connectors, one for 2 meter, one for 77 meter, and then it has two others for HF. So you have to have that to hook to 2 meter and 70 centimeter with one antenna. I have a dual band tram 1481B in the backyard, about 30 feet in the air. So next, if y'all want to see more ham radio videos, this thing came with a R1000 receiver, Kenwood receiver. It's all in the box. I'm going to get it on the table and hook it up. Once I get this one wired and put in its home, I'm going to put the receiver on here and hook it up, make sure it all works right. It'll be for sale. I have a TS-440 Kenwood that needs a memory battery. It'll probably also be for sale. I'll have it in here eventually, hook it up and show how it works and all that. But anyway, that's about all I got today. If you guys are interested in seeing more ham radio stuff, let me know. I'm not an expert by no stretch of the imagination. I've been a ham for a long time, been inactive several years, so just kind of starting over. But I've always wanted to do a 2 meter sideband. That's why I purchased this radio, and it was not cheap. These ts-2000s, there's new radios that are actually cheaper than this radio. But this radio, like I said in the intro, it does 160 meters to 10 meters. It also does 6 meters, does 2 meters, does 70 centimeters. On 10 meters, on 2 meters, it'll do 100 watts. Most of the new Shack in the Box radios will only do 50 watts. Some of them are less than that. This radio also has dual receive. So, see, it has a sub over here. And I think if I move this to, let's see if I can see to operate. I think if I move this to the sub, let's see if that'll tell me what this is.
BFO 143.96500.
See, so now I can move it back to main, push it again.
BFO 145.4600.
Now, if I had it in the memory, it would tell me memory channel 1 and then the frequency and all that. So it's a pretty neat radio. And like I said, it does dual receive. So you can hear on that one. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. And you can hear on that one at the same time. One of the 2 meter simplex nets that we have here has a remote base. So on the Friday night net, I can have the main frequency on 146.58, which is a 2 meter simplex net, and I can have the sub band on 145.310, which is the remote base. And the guys that I can't hear personally direct, I can hear on the sub remote base channel. So, and you can do it at the same time. And then the 2 meter that I'll have sitting up here, I'll have it scanning all the local repeaters. So I can listen to three different places at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm retired and can't do nothing, can't drive, can't go nowhere. So what else I got to do? And like I said, my scanner, the only thing I'm doing with my scanner is listening to the airport, the local airport. I don't care nothing about, I used to have a record service, so I don't care nothing about listening to the police and none of that stuff anymore. I just use the scanner. I just have it locked on the airport frequency, and we have a non-controlled airport. You can hear the planes coming and going. It's kind of something to pass the time. Anyway, that's all I got. Anyway, we're back on track here. Maybe we'll get some videos out. I need to do a fleet video. It's January 1 of 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing. Maybe this will get me some more views. Views have been slacking. I had to quit my job and file Social Security, and it took a while, so I hadn't had any money, so I hadn't really done anything worth putting a video out, but maybe we'll get going here. Anyhow, that's all I got. I'm rambling like Clay Milliken. See y'all later. Appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing. Tell all your friends. Share it to your social media. Help an old boy out. I am KC5ACX on ham radio. Look me up.